millions of messages, text messages, and phone calls simultaneously, essentially bringing the entire telecom system.
They were climbing out. That was the one that me and my sister would watch to torture ourselves. Where they couldn't get the spider in the mouth because it was climbing out.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the vlog. I definitely have thought about it numerous times. But when I drive into work, when I drive home from work, and typically when I'm doing my shopping, in the mornings, I'm listening to podcasts. I subscribe to, I don't know, a dozen different podcasts, and every day new ones hitting my feed. And I typically just go to the oldest podcast and I'll look to see what it's about, who the guest is, that sort of thing, and then make my decision, like, is this something I want to listen to? I don't listen to every single episode of every podcast I subscribe to. They definitely, it's hit or miss because I have so many. Like I'm always about a week behind. But anyway, I listen to podcasts pretty much the majority of my day when I'm listening to anything. And I will also usually continue listening to whatever podcast I was listening to at the gym. So just kind of, laying the foundation here. But one of the things that I just thought of recently, maybe yesterday or Monday or whatever, and then just again today, just reiterated, the thought popped in my head, is because I'm constantly listening to people talk, I'm constantly listening to stories or listening to, banter, sometimes it's educational, so I'm actually listening to the topic and trying to learn something about whatever it is that they're talking about. Because all that information is being sent to my brain, I feel like it doesn't allow me to think freely about other things. It doesn't allow me to think about my life and does that make sense? Like because I'm it's basically when you're reading a book, right? When you're reading a book, and this right here is one of the reasons why I don't read more, because when you're reading a book and whatever it is you're reading, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, whatever, your brain is pulling that information in and processing it, right? And a lot of times it will spark a memory or it'll spark my imagination. And then my brain starts to drift. And there's been definitely times where I've been reading something and I'm reading it, but I'm not listening to it. I'm not comprehending it. My brain has already drifted to something else. And the next thing I know, when I come to, I'm 4 paragraphs later and I'm like, what did I just read? I don't even know. And I'll have to start over. It's one of the reasons why I stopped reading years ago. But nevertheless, the same thing is true with the podcast. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm listening to a story. I'm visualizing what they're talking about. I'm visualizing what they're saying. And a lot of times, I've said this jokingly on the vlog, I'll miss my turn. I'm on autopilot. I was supposed to go here, but because I 4 days a week go from A to C, and I always skip B, today I was supposed to go to B, but I totally drove past it because I'm on autopilot. Because I'm like listening and processing what I'm listening to, right? Does that make sense? So with that being said, I've actually thought about changing it up and listening to music in the mornings. And I think because when I listen to music, it's like a soundtrack, right? It's just background noise. It's one of the reasons why I love EDM and techno so much, because I don't need lyrics. I just want the soundtrack playing while I'm living my life, right? If I could listen to music 24/7, I would. Just have a soundtrack playing, from the clouds, and just there's a soundtrack to my life at all times. And I think if I were to do that, it would give me an opportunity to think more creatively, think more like I said, pull from memories, pull from experiences, resulting in more vlogging. I think one of the reasons why some days I go all day without vlogging is because I haven't had an opportunity to think about anything. Unless, of course, I listen to a podcast and it sparks something I want to share with you. Like, oh, I was just listening to this podcast and they were talking about X, Y, and Z. I want to share this story about X, Y, and Z with you. But I think if I was listening to music more, I think more of those opportunities would happen. More of those opportunities would come up. Because if that's the case, if I'm not listening to people talk, then I'm talking to myself. My inner monologue is playing. I'm sitting here at the intersection, just listening to some music, just bobbing my head, and I'm paying attention more to what's going on. I know I've talked about that at one point, about like being more aware of my surroundings and taking time to like observe things, slow down a little bit, because that gives me, again, more opportunities to talk and share with you rather than just go through the motions of my day and then look back and go, holy crap, the day's over. That happens a lot. My day just flies by. I blink and I'm like, oh, it's 2 o'clock already, time to go home. And then there's, and that's the days where I don't really pick up the camera as much. So I don't know, I had that thought just this morning, or like I said, recently, but again, this morning, it reminded me that I'm really enjoying this podcast. I'm listening to Guy Fieri and Bert Kreischer talk, and I love Guy Fieri, love, Triple D. Bert Kreischer loves Triple D, so they're sharing stories about how he got started on Food Network and yada, 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 and restaurants, and it's very fascinating stuff. But then I'm like, okay, at what point, like, how do I break that just going through the motions without picking up the camera? Obviously, that sparked this conversation, and now we have a 4-minute conversation. I know I've talked about this before. This freaking thermos is so good at keeping coffee hot that I almost don't want to use it. Only reason why I do is because it's the biggest thermos that I have. I didn't drink my coffee this morning. I got up, I put in 2 orders, I edited the vlog, I played a little New World while the vlog was encoding, and then it was like, get the vlog done and leave the house. I wanted to leave the house on time and be on work on time, because Travis switched with one of the other guys today, so it just, changes the dynamic on a busy day. So I just like, oh, screw it, I'll grab the big thermos and pour this will be my one big coffee for the day. This shit is still so hot, it's like so hard for me to enjoy it. I'm burning my tongue. So stupid. And it's been in this thermos now for 2.5 hours, and now it's drinkable, but I've been trying to sip on it all morning and burning my tongue every time. It's good, but still, I'm like, huh. Yeah, looking back at the footage yesterday, I couldn't really tell a big difference between the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. There were some differences, but not enough to be like, oh, that was night and day difference. Like, I got to use this camera. Or, wow, the front camera is just as good as the back camera, so I'll just use the front camera. There were some subtle differences. I think a lot of times it has to do with lighting, but I'm going to use the rear camera as much as I can. It's nice having that front camera as an option. I'm going to try really hard today to get out of the office by 1 o'clock. Technically, I get in at 6, so 6 to 2 is your 8 hours. But, I put little orders in the mornings. I put orders at night when I get home. There's orders I put in on Sundays, which are technically my day off. Saturday, I'm around the phone and I have to take calls and field calls and text messages on my day off. So it's definitely one of those things where I definitely work more than 40 hours a week. Family business, I get it. Salaried, I get it. But, part of me also is like, well, I just gotta stick around until 2 o'clock because that's where I'm supposed to be. And it's like, I just don't have enough time in my days to get everything done that I want to get done and have time for myself. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my schedule, I look at my days and go, where can I trim some fat? Where can I get more time in my day? It comes back down to work. There's just so much work that I do because it has to get done and no one else will do it. And I want to make sure it gets done right. That's where I'm losing my own time. So it's just like, I just got to find ways to trim it off, and that if that means leaving paperwork on my desk and just slowly getting paperwork every day instead of trying to get it all done in one day, then so be it. So today's a big shop day in the afternoon, but as soon as I get back with this shop, I'm literally just gonna pull the list and go right back into it and just, and just hustle. I'm gonna try and hustle all day instead of like these little bursts, which is what we normally do, because I'm usually getting stuff done at my desk, and be mindful of the clock and be like 1 o'clock, I'm out, punch out, boom, go. Unless something crazy happens, unless something pops up, which cross my fingers, nothing does, we're gonna shoot for 1 o'clock today. Funny enough, when I was at my desk eating my lunch, pulled up YouTube, and one of the videos that was on my home screen was some Harvard professor saying how we need to put our phones down and be bored. That current, not generation obviously because it's multi-generational, and he admitted he's guilty of it too. It's just the phones have become so good at filling gaps of time. Even when you get to a stoplight and you're waiting 15, 30 seconds for the light to change so you can walk across the street, you pull your phone out, right? You're scrolling, you're reading something, you're watching something, and he's like, it's robbing us of these moments for our brain to wander. And it's so funny because I was just thinking about that this morning. I was talking about it this morning about how I feel like because I listen to podcasts all the time that I don't have time to like just stare off and wonder about things or think about things, you know? And his whole point was about the phones, about, you know, not being on your phone after a certain time, not being on your phone, you know, when you're driving into work, like not even on the radio, which is kind of crazy. He goes, I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's something that's easy to do, but like just complete silence and 100% focus on your surroundings and how much like that's changing our brains and you know, we're not doing things as well as we once were. We aren't, you know, learning things or picking up on things. We're not, and it's also a sense of anxiety, and because we're always like checking out somebody else or looking at what someone else is doing and comparing ourselves. It was an interesting video, but the point is that the fact that like I was talking about that to you this morning on the vlog, and I just happened to run across a video with a similar message, albeit adjacent to what my point was. It really makes me think, for sure. Tiffany made a joke in our group chat. She said, Bryce, you're missing out. It's gonna be 105 degrees today. He goes, darn, wish I could be there. And he goes, it's crazy, it's 100 degrees and it's almost, he said November, but I'm pretty sure he meant October. Somebody left a comment on vlog recently that they sent me a package, and I guess I got the email on Friday when I was doing the phones and all the emails of like from Verizon and Apple and, you know, all the congratulations. I didn't get the email that I had a package, so we're heading over to the P.O. box right now to grab a package from one of you guys. Oh yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. It's a box. What's in the box?
Mexico. He stays on that.
Hold on, Guy Fieri. Oh, we got some jerky. Let's go. Somebody pays attention in class. Glenn's Market. Glenn's Market, full service everything. Fresh meats, home cured ham and bacon, homemade sausage, party trays, full service catering. Glenn Roberts. We got teriyaki flavored jerky. 2 bags, dude. Is there half pound? It's a full pound of jerky, dude. Holy crap. Who is this from? Is this from Glenn? Or wait, hang on. It's from Jeff? I think it's got Jeff's name on it. Jeff ordered it from Glenn's Market. That's what it is. Okay, so Jeff, thank you very much. Jeff R. I won't say your full last name, but Jeff R. Thank you very much, man. We got a full pound of teriyaki flavored jerky. I'm gonna open one of these up right now. Resealable bags. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, so it's teriyaki, which means it's got a little bit of sugar content, but it's dry, which is what I like. I like my jerky dry. Wow. Okay. That's delicious. That's not like your cheap generic teriyaki jerky. It has this amazing flavor with a subtle sweetness. If you handed that to me, I wouldn't be able to tell you that it's teriyaki. Okay, I only have one piece. I've got another one here. It's got the sticky content. Consistency, my kind of jerky. Teriyaki's not my usual go-to, because there's usually like a pepper or a spicy. Oh, that's good. Usually teriyaki are, really sweet. You get like the soy, maybe a little bit of honey. This is a little more on the saltier side. It's got a good balance of salty and sweet. This is very good. Thank you very much, Jeff. This is very nice of you. I really appreciate this. I'm gonna put it away, otherwise I'm gonna eat the whole freaking bag. I'm gonna drive home. Thank you very much. Again, I appreciate that. That is super nice of you, and I really appreciate it. You know, something I thought about the other day, because someone asked me the other day, they wanted to send me a bottle of hot sauce. I'm gonna start putting the P.O. box in the description of all the vlogs. So, starting with this vlog right now, the P.O. box will be in the description below. Technically, it's supposed to have hashtags like B2 box 617. It's like pound, right? But the pounds would always mess up the YouTube videos because I always use it as a tag. And so it would tag B2 and tag B617 on all my videos, and it like messed things up. So I took it out of the description. I'll put the address back in the description. I'm gonna take the hashtags out. Just know that it's you know, suite number B2 and box number 617. Thanks, guys. Gym time. I'm doing it before 3 o'clock, literally by 10 minutes. By 10 minutes. It's peak day, like peak week. So highest weights for the week of this training session. Yesterday I definitely felt, I was telling Austin, like my chest, like I'm not sore. Like if I push on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I worked out yesterday. I'm not like sore. I just feel swollen, which, you know, I guess that's that term comes from, like, feel swole, bro. Like I feel it, like I definitely feel it. Which I guess is a good thing. That means it's working. Something's working, right? But again, I was listening to a podcast about weight training. No, it was a video. Sorry, I was watching a video today about working out, and like less is more, right? You don't have to work out 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Like honestly, 2 days minimum. 3 days is like that sweet spot. 3 to 4 days, whatever works for you. But I think about keeping the 3 days, but increasing it up to an hour, just because I'm not hitting every muscle group that I want to, you know? I saw an update on X the other day that the new AirPod Pros with the Goodyear update turns them into wireless microphones, which is going to be awesome because then we'll have wireless microphones natively with the iPhone. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I was watching Sam Sulik vlog recently, and all the different camera angles he gets with his camera while he's working out is amazing. But I feel like it's because he goes to the gym during the day when there's nobody there. It seems like there's nobody in the gym, whereas my gym is always full. Whipping out the iPhone, the vlog, broccoli with some cheese, got some protein noodles, some vodka sauce, and some Italian chicken strips. Clean up from dinner, meeting up with Cade for a little evening walk, catch up on things, test out the low light of the iPhone. This is a front-facing camera. Good chat with Cade. Nice little walk through the neighborhood, catching up with him. Kind of ended the conversation with a little bit of YouTube talk, kind of like where I'm at mentally. He asked some good questions and some ideas, maybe something to do for Q4. Sierra is at the Benson Boone concert, and she might be recording some video for her channel. Cross your fingers for that. I think she plans on doing something. I don't know if it's a full-on vlog or just maybe a YouTube short. I told her she should, you know, in any of her TikToks, she should upload to YouTube for shorts and whatnot. But anyway, she's at the Benson Boone concert, and she's staying the night at her friend's house because of how late it'll be, and she has school in the morning. So she's gone for the night. And yeah, Tiff's off to bed. It's I'm gonna actually try to edit this vlog, at least get the rough going, because I did get a chance to play some New World earlier, so I don't have that itch. I'm good, right? I feel good, so I think I'm gonna edit this, and at least, you know, if I can edit it tonight, that'd be great. Like I said, it just makes my mornings that much easier. I can kind of relax, not be like go rush. Had a good time on stream today on Twitch. And as I ended that stream, I said that there will definitely be a live stream here on YouTube sometime this weekend. Because I want to try out, you know, vlogging from this, or I'm sorry, streaming from this front-facing camera, kind of see what that, you know, if I notice any quality difference, if there's any changes to that, if the YouTube app, if anything's just different with this phone versus the 14 Pro, which is what which I have been using the last couple of years. Plus, also, we still got Lego sets to do. We still got our mini orchid to complete the set behind me. And we have Bryce's Fast and the Furious. Was it Skyline? Yeah, Skyline, Nissan Skyline. So we've got 2 sets to do. So I want to get back to doing that, and what the original intention of this desk was. But I've been really enjoying editing here in the mornings with my laptop. It's been nice to kind of have this like dedicated space. So yeah, no plans this weekend as of right now. I think because we were gone all week last weekend, we'll get back to normal where it's like, maybe one day out shopping, running errands, doing something, and one day here doing chores and kind of chilling. That's usually the trend that we do. Saturdays out running and gunning, and Sundays are our day to stay home and do nothing. So all I can say is stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a stream here on YouTube, and probably try and squeeze in another stream on Twitch. So if there's something you're interested in, go check that out. Link in the description down below, and I will see you tomorrow.